How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to the Detroit Lions franchise here on Madden 22. My name is Football Fan Forever, and today the Detroit Lions go for home field advantage and a first round bye in the playoffs. This is an outcome that seemed nearly impossible considering our 1-16 record last season, but we are 13-2 heading into today's matchup against the Buffalo Bills, and our magic number is just 1. So a victory by the Lions this week against the Bills or a loss by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers will give us the number 1 seed in the NFC. And we might have caught the 5-10 Bills at a good time. They're missing 3 starters today, including 2 defensive backs. Given that our passing offense has lacked consistency for basically the whole season, this could be a get-well game for us. We also might have to lean on our passing offense a little bit more in the wake of DeAndre Swift missing today's game with a dislocated wrist. So it will be Jamal Williams, Deshaun Stevenson, and J.J. Dunlap who will split carries in his absence. As for our defense, we are fully healthy, but we face a stiff challenge today trying to slow down the likes of Josh Allen, Stephon Diggs, and Dawson Knox. Last week we saw our defense come alive with 7 sacks of Matt Ryan, and while Josh Allen will probably be harder to bring down, Romeo Okwara had 3 of those sacks last week, and with a good performance here today, he could get a development upgrade from star to superstar. It will be our offense on the field first here, however, as Quan Sandridge is back to return this one, taking over the kick return duties as week 17 is underway. Quan Sandridge, a couple yards out from the end zone, crosses the 20, 25, and is tackled at the 29. Not a bad return for the rookie wide receiver that will set up shop for Bob Hairston and company. 3,500 yards, 25 touchdowns, 8 interceptions for number 7, as we have the number 27 ranked passing offense this season. And Harrison will head to the air on 2nd and 8. Drifting back in the pocket, he fires to TJ Hawkinson to pick up 13 yards and the first down. I'm not surprised to see Hawkinson get involved early in this one, especially in a game where the Bills are missing Jordan Poyer, and on 1st and 10 there's a screen pass to Deshaun Stevenson to pick up 9 yards. Now coming out in the full house pistol formation, we've not seen this a lot from the Lions. On 2nd and 1, it's Jamal Williams fighting his way through contact for a gain of 3. And here's a player we're going to have to keep an eye on. It's Ed Oliver against Jonah Jackson there. That easily could have been a tackle for a loss, but Jamal Williams able to break first contact and keep the drive alive here. 1st and 10. Harrison back to pass. He's got a man. It's Quintez Cephas inside the 25 to the 21 as Harrison starts 3 of 3 through the air and has the Lions on the edge of the red zone. 1st and 10, 2 tight ends. Williams gets the call, and he will fight his way inside the 15 down to the 10-yard line. It's 1st and 10 Detroit as they try to get on the board here. Harrison to the air against a blitz, firing to the left side, and Nicholas Harper is in for his first career receiving touchdown. And how is that to start the day for the Detroit offense? The rookie Nicholas Harper, working against Justin Coleman, gets off the press and gets plenty of separation to easily make it in for 6 as the Lions take a 7-0 lead after a 7-play, 71-yard drive to open the game. So how will the Bills respond? Well, Josh Allen has not had a very strong season, especially by his standards. Just 23 touchdowns and 11 interceptions, 3,600 yards on the season. But he faces a pretty weak pass defense. Even with Ifeatu Melifonwu playing some really good football for us here recently, we have a bottom 5 pass defense in the NFL. But our rush defense has been a little bit better, and they have forced Josh Allen into an early 3rd and 6. Allen, well protected, has a man wide open. That is Gabriel Davis to the 49 for a gain of 20 on 3rd and 6. Just a 3-man rush that time that failed to generate any kind of pressure, as Allen is a dual threat quarterback if you give him the space to run. Buffalo will head back to Zach Moss on 2nd and 9, and he picks up maybe 2. Just 7 yards on 4 carries for Moss, as it has Buffalo staring at another 3rd and medium here. Allen to the air against a 4-man rush, rolling to his left. Chase, he is going to be dragged down just shy of the marker by Devin Woodson. And that was a big play by the rookie defensive end, as Buffalo will stay on the field. Bunch formation right side. Allen back to pass. He's got time, and he is intercepted. Tracy Walker returning it across the 45 to the 47, as Detroit gets a big stop and a turnover there. And Walker leads this team with 4 picks on the season. Allen getting a little bit greedy there, looking for Gabriel Davis. I think he had other options underneath, and he only needed 1 yard. But the Lions will take that every day of the week, as they now have a chance to go up 2 scores here with excellent field position. And J.J. Dunlap fights for 14 yards. He just dragged 2 men for about 6 or 7 yards there. What a play by the rookie. And it's 1st and 10 at the 31. And you know Detroit would like to add to their lead here. 1st and 10 on the edge of field goal range, motioning in the wide receiver Harrison to throw for it. Against a 4-man rush, he's got time, and he is intercepted. He gave it right back as Damar Hamlin comes down with a leaping interception. So Buffalo bailed out by their defense there. There's plenty of momentum for the Lions, but Harrison didn't get quite enough underneath that pass, as Damar Hamlin comes down with the interception and gives the ball right back to Josh Allen with just over 3 minutes to go in the 1st quarter. And Allen will head back to the air on 2nd and 7, picking up the 1st down on the short pass there to Cole Beasley. 1st and 10 Buffalo on their own 48. And Allen will sling the ball again here. Nice slant route. Good catch by Steven Sims, as Buffalo will very quickly be within field goal range here. Facing a 2nd and 6, there's a short pass to Cole Beasley. He breaks a tackle and picks up the 1st down after contact there, as Buffalo nears the edge of the red zone. In an offset pistol look, they'll head back to the ground game. Now there's room for Zach Moss, and he's inside the 5, and he probably could have scored if he'd taken a better angle. But it will be goal to go Buffalo from the 2 after a 20-yard carry by Zach Moss. 1st and goal, Allen under center, the fullback in the game. Moss will get the call. He is stopped at the 1. 2nd and goal. In the I formation now, it's Isaiah Cohen, the rookie, and he will try the right side, and he is in for the touchdown. So it's Buffalo who's able to get some points off of their turnover, capitalizing on the Bob Harrison interception to tie the game with less than a minute to go in the 1st quarter. 40 seconds remain. 1st and 10. Jamal Williams trying to get to the edge, and he is met at the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10. Bunch formation on the left side of the offensive line for Bob Harrison. He's back to pass. 4-man rush will get there. Ball comes out. It's recovered by the Bills, and they've turned over the Lions again. Denario Springs, the rookie for Buffalo, forces the fumble after getting the sack around Taylor Decker, while Ed Oliver recovers. And it's all Harrison can do but shake his head and wonder what happened. He's coughed up the ball again, and Buffalo has a golden chance to take the lead here. 1st and 10 from the 18-yard line. Allen under center, and a little bit of a delayed jet sweep to Stephon Diggs. That's his first touch of the day. It will pick up 8 yards and take us to the second quarter here. Score is tied at 7 apiece, but barring a turnover, it won't stay that way for long. Goal to go Buffalo from the 6. 3 wide receivers. Allen with time, now rolling to his left. And he will take this one in himself for the touchdown. Sean Francois with the impossible decision to either cover the quarterback or cover his man. And Josh Allen's legs is able to put 6 on the board for Buffalo as they take a 14-7 lead here just 30 seconds into the second quarter. They've scored all 14 of their points off of Detroit turnovers here, and now the Lions find themselves in a hole. We've had a positive turnover margin for practically the entire season. And that's part of the reason we've been so successful this season, is that despite the fact that our margin for error is very thin, we've not made a lot of big mistakes. The challenge will be for this team to play from behind after the Bills have shown that they can force turnovers. And Hairston lost it again, and it's recovered by the Bills again. 3 straight offensive drives, 3 straight turnovers for Bob Hairston. And the Bills are 12 yards away from going up 21-7. This is a very uncharacteristic start for our offense, as Josh Allen will find his man Diggs. Next play, touchdown Buffalo. You can't fault the defense for giving up a touchdown on a short field, but I do want to call out Sean Dean Hamilton's coverage on that play. He was in the right position and decided to abandon his hook curl zone for reasons unknown, giving Stephon Diggs a wide open catch for his 50th career touchdown reception, as the Lions are now playing from even further behind. 1st and 10, they will start on the ground, but we are not done shooting ourselves in the foot. A holding call on Jonah Jackson will make it 1st and 20 back at the 13, as now we are way behind the 6 and way behind on the scoreboard. Harrison on 1st down will swing this one out to Deshaun Stevenson. He's got some yards after the catch, and this will make it a more manageable 3rd down thanks to our success on 1st down. Harrison will line up under center, 3 wide receivers against a 4-man rush. He's a downfield through contact, and did Christian Kirk haul that one in? That's a catch. I think that's the catch of the year. 36 yards for Christian Kirk, as nothing about this play was easy. Harrison gets crushed. He didn't get much on this ball, and it's drifting in towards the numbers instead of outside, where his receiver could have a better chance to haul that one in. But despite the fact that he has 2 guys draped all over him, Kirk is able to get in position to make a sensational one-handed spinning catch to get the home crowd back in this one. And even another holding call on the Lions isn't enough to dampen their enthusiasm. They got Penei Sewell. I don't care. Let's keep doing this. Christian Kirk, with the best catch I think I've seen all series long, has us close to field goal range, as we are maybe about 6 yards outside of Austin Seibert range, but we will need a 3rd and 14 to try and keep the drive alive. And Buffalo will blitz. Hairston to the left sideline, and Nicholas Harper with his own incredible catch. So now that's 2 very unlikely 3rd down conversions, as Nicholas Harper does everything right to make the play and keep the drive alive. He is really impressing in our matchup today. Just 2 catches, but one converts a 3rd and 14. The other one is our only touchdown, as Bob Hairston finds CJ Hawkinson for a gain of about 7 there to make it 3rd and 1, as Hairston's only incompletion was actually the interception. So every single pass he's thrown thus far has been caught by somebody. As Jamal Williams will convert a 3rd and 1, bruising his way down to the 6-yard line. It's goal to go Detroit, as we tried to get back in this one despite 3 first-quarter turnovers. 1st and goal from the 6. Harrison under center, 2 tight ends on the right side of the formation. He motions in Quintez Cephas against a 5-man blitz. Cephas is in for the touchdown. Let's go Detroit! And I know we got really lucky, not once but twice on that drive, but it's fun to see a bounce back drive like that from the offense. After turnovers on the 3 previous drives had led directly to all 21 of Buffalo's points, it's nice to see your rookie quarterback go 6 of 6 for 70 yards and pull us within 7 here with 4.5 minutes to go in the first half. So now our defense once again gets to play with plenty of field behind them. 1st and 10 handoff to Zach Moss. He is wrapped up by Devin Woodson, who's made a couple of nice plays in run support there. 2nd and 6. Allen is in the shotgun. Zach Moss to his right. Play action and time for Allen, who floats this one. A dangerous pass as Fatu Melifonwu absolutely crushed Cole Beasley, but that will be a conversion and the drive will continue. One play later, it's 2nd and 4, and there's not a lot of room for Moss this time. Just over 4 yards a carry after he gets tangled up on his offensive lineman there, and it's 3rd and 2. Allen under center on 3rd down, knocks in motion, and Moss is wrapped up. It's Tyrell Williams on the stop. The rookie defensive tackle gets excellent penetration there to force a punt, as the Lions will take over here with a chance to tie the game. Just over 2 minutes to go in the 2nd quarter. On 3rd and 3, Harrison to the left side. There is Dexter Allen for 4. As Harrison is now 12 of 13 through the air. After the 2-minute warning, it is 2nd and 10, and Deshaun Stevenson takes a big hit but holds on to the ball, leading to a 3rd and inches, and Jamal Williams will convert this. He'll get plenty, bouncing off tacklers. He crosses midfield to the 47 of Buffalo as the clock will continue to run. Just over 1 minute to go after an incomplete pass. It is 2nd and 10. Harrison with a deep drop fires to his man of the middle. There is Nicholas Harper to the Buffalo 35, and that is where Detroit will take their first time out. There's another nice catch for Harper, who is certainly turning heads with his play here today. 1st and 10. Quick pass out to TJ Hawkinson, and he will duck out of bounds after a gain of 6 to stop the clock. 56 seconds to go as we face a 2nd and 4. Harrison against the blitz, escapes. He will take off himself and duck out of bounds inside the 20 at the 17. It's good to see him playing with confidence and not forcing throws here at this point in the field. You're 17 yards away from tying this game. Harrison will head to the air, takes his shot to the end zone, and Nicholas Harper has his 2nd on the day. He's once again working against Justin Coleman, and this throw is a little bit behind, but Harper with the great adjustment there to haul that one in. Perfect positioning, great catch, and excellent concentration to tie the game at 21. Thanks to a 17-yard touchdown pass from Bob Harrison to Nicholas Harper. So we are all knotted up heading into halftime here in a game that one could argue that with the way we're playing, we should either be losing by a lot or winning by a lot, as we've overcome 3 first-half turnovers to still be tied at 21 apiece. We've got almost 300 yards of total offense. We have more or less limited Joshua Allen and the Buffalo Bills. We are 4 for 4 on 3rd down, while the Bills are just 2 for 5. And while we've given up 3 red zone touchdowns, we've also scored 3 red zone touchdowns of our own. What's more, we're doing all this without a massive advantage in time of possession, so it's not like we're just keeping Buffalo's offense off the field. They just haven't been able to move the ball unless they've been given a shorter field. So given that we already have 3 first half touchdown passes from Bob Hairston, I'm curious to see how the second half goes here. Buffalo starts with the ball. There's a pass to Dawson Knox as Josh Allen connects with his tight end for a first down there. One play later, it's 2nd and 5. Zach Moss in the game along with the fullback. Moss will get the carry, and like many of his touches here today, he's not going very far. There's a nice stop by D'Angelo Carmichael, who's up to 5 tackles in this one. And the Bills will likely throw for it here on 3rd and 3. That's been the only way they've been able to consistently move the ball. Sure enough, Allen is chased to his left, fires across his body. Would have had a first down and a lot more, but the pass is off the mark, and the Lions will force a punt. Now they will go back to their own ground game. Here goes Jamal Williams, weaving his way between blocks and tacklers to pick up the first down. Over 50 yards on 9 carries for Williams, as our running game has been very healthy for us all season. No surprise to see that continue here. On 2nd down, there's another catch for Dexter Allen, picking up about 8 or 9 as Harrison reaches the 180-yard mark through the air and makes this a manageable 3rd and 2. J.J. Dunlap in the game for the Lions. He will get the call. He's met before the marker but plows ahead for a big first down. And even he is having a great day on the ground, averaging 8 yards per carry on his 5 touches. Next play, it's 1st and 10, and there's another big hole for Williams, breaking another tackle. He's deep into Buffalo territory down to the 33, as the Lions are in field goal range with a chance to take the lead here. Harrison will head to the air against the blitz on 2nd and 10, floats his one for Harper, who stretches out and picks up the first down, as Nicholas Harper is having a very good day here today. 5 catches, 65 yards, and 2 touchdowns. As the Lions go under center on 2nd and 6. 3 wide receivers on the left side of your screen. Buffalo showing blitz. They will bring it. Hairston firing downfield, and Harper has another one to the 2. They love running that play, and Bob Hairston makes a really nice throw with a man in his face. Goal to go Detroit. 2 yards away from taking the lead. Jamal Williams is in the game. Jamal Williams gets the call, and Jamal Williams picks up the touchdown for the Lions, who will go up 28-21. So does Buffalo have an answer here? We've managed to score 21 straight points and have largely shut down their offense when they haven't had a short field to work with. Their ground game is going nowhere, and on 3rd and 2, they will trust Zach Moss, who is just able to pick up the first down with a shifty redirect there. He didn't get much as Levi Onwuzurike nearly stopped him for no gain there. 2nd and 10, they will come out in the I formation again, and they are not giving up on this rushing attack, but Sean Dean Hamilton and Romeo Okwara combine to make the stop behind the line of scrimmage there and force a 3rd and 13. Allen will go to the air. He looks for Diggs, well shy of the marker. Don't like that decision to pass there, and it ends up incomplete, as the Lions will once again get a stop from their defense and put the ball back in the hands of Bob Hairston and Jamal Williams, who has a lane here, picking up 11 yards. He's approaching 100 yards on just 14 carries here today. Playing as the primary back with DeAndre Swift out, he's making the most of his touches as Harrison continues his strong showing through the air, firing that one to Christian Kirk, but there is a flag on the play, as this one will be called back thanks to another holding penalty, this time on Quintez Cephas. And eventually it will be a 3rd and 7 for the Lions, as really the only thing that has stopped us in today's game has been ourselves, as Hairston is off the mark in the direction of Quintez Cephas there, and that will bring out Jack Fox to boom this one away. And it's Fox's first punt on the day. This one could be very good. Bouncing inside the 10, inside the 5, and down at the 2 by Amani Oruwariye. 1st and 10 Buffalo with 98 yards to go if they want to tie this one. Detroit will blitz, Allen will counter, and there is Gabriel Davis, the 24. A big gain there to get Buffalo out of the shadow of their own goalposts and continue the drive. Less than a minute to go here in the third quarter. Just one touchdown separating these two teams as Allen has time. Chase, he rolls to his left and throws this one away. 3rd and 10. Keep an eye on Stephon Diggs there in the slot on the left side of your screen. Allen likes targeting him on these third downs as now Josh Allen with all day to throw. Fires short for Zach Moss, who is wrapped up by D'Angelo Carmichael short of the third down marker. As Detroit's defense gets another stop here to take us to the fourth quarter as the Lions lead 28-21. And Detroit will look to make this a 2-score game here. 2nd and 9 from their own 29. Harrison under center. Dexter Allen in the game as Harrison will find Christian Kirk on the slant route to the 41. 220 yards in the air for Bob Harrison as he very quickly takes 1st and 10 from his own 49. Rolling, he's got a man downfield. It's Hawkinson who breaks a tackle inside the 10 and he's knocked out of bounds at the 3. T.J. Hawkinson making the best of a broken play as Harrison extends the play with his legs, baits the defender into chasing him, and gives his big tight end the opportunity to absolutely run over Tre'Davious White, and it's goal to go Detroit from the 3. J.J. Dunlap in the game. Harrison is under center. Dunlap gets the call, and the Lions will go up by 2 touchdowns. And I think it's fair to wonder just how bad this game would be for Buffalo if we hadn't given them 21 points off of turnovers. 35-21 Detroit. Allen starting this drive from his own 25, needing some kind of points. He rolls out to his right with everybody covered, and Romeo Okwara brings him down back at the 14. So Okwara gets a sack, the first of the day for the Lions, as now the Bills will face a 3rd and 11. Needing a conversion here. They've been iffy on 3rd down all day. Allen with an excellent throw off platform to find Cole Beasley for the first and keep their hopes of a comeback alive here. They're going to need some heroics from Josh Allen as he fires this one on the move, and he's intercepted. Jeff Okudah with the pick. He gets a block inside the 10. 5, touchdown. As even the defense is getting in on the scoring here. A 51-yard pick 6 for Jeff Okudah as Allen tries to do a little bit too much. That was a really nice throw, but an even better play by Okudah to drop back and pick that one off. As this game is basically over. Backups in for Detroit. Just a few highlights left as Josh Allen is not done slinging the ball to Dawson Knox. Buffalo needs 3 very quick touchdowns, but even with our backups in the game, they're not able to move the ball very quickly, as their first touchdown since the second quarter comes with less than 3 minutes to go. Isaiah Cohen finds the end zone for the second time here today as Buffalo does get the ball back with less than 2 minutes to go in this one. Still down 2 touchdowns. Just a couple of more plays left in this one as Allen is not done feasting on our backup cornerbacks like Amani Oruwariye there, finding Gabriel Davis at the 47 for a nice gain. Next play, 1st and 10. He's got plenty of room to find Stephon Diggs to the 37, and this sets up one of the most impressive plays I think I've seen all season. 1st and 10, minute on the clock. Allen escapes the pocket. He's chased, breaks a tackle, avoids another one, flings it downfield, and finds Dawson Knox at the 11. 25 yards to his star tight end, and this is Josh Allen just making plays. He senses the pocket collapsing from the left, breaks a tackle from Romeo Okwara, uses his blocker to defend himself from Dalton Logan, and just gets that one away before Lucas Parra catches up. using all of his time and space to find his tight end for a big gain. And it was starting to look like Buffalo would find the end zone again until Sean Francois slams the door on any potential comeback with our third interception of the day to clinch home field advantage and a first round bye for the Detroit Lions here in the playoffs. We are the #1 seed in the NFC with our victory here today, 42-28 over the Buffalo Bills. I think if you take away those 3 early turnovers, this is our best offensive performance of the season. And even with those 3 turnovers, we've not moved the ball like this all season. Harrison completes 76% of his passes for 272 yards and 3 first-half touchdowns. He was helped by a couple of incredible catches by Christian Kirk and Nicholas Harper, but all in all, it was a very successful day for our passing offense. Our ground game did not miss DeAndre Swift at all, which is excellent. It really showcases the depth we have at that position, as Jamal Williams is 4 yards away from cracking the century mark. J.J. Dunlap finds the end zone for us and averages over 5 yards a carry. And despite Bob Harrison's 2 fumbles, we're able to move the ball well on the ground. We also really limited the Bills' rushing attack, holding them to just 90 yards as a team. Of course, the story of today's game might be the emergence of Nicholas Harper as a dangerous player out of the slot. He led our team with 6 catches, 83 yards, and 2 touchdowns. And I often found myself looking his direction and trusting that he would win his routes. He did have Justin Coleman's number all night and made a number of nice catches against him. And if he can keep this up, we might not have to go wide receiver shopping in the offseason. We have struggled to determine who our number 3 wide receivers should be all season. It started off with Amon-Ra St. Brown. It bounced over to Nicholas Harper, who didn't do a whole lot. Quan Sandridge held the position down for a few games, and now we're back to Harper. But if Harper can show some of the consistency that we have been missing from that position, the job is his to lose. I think our defense played really well here today. In the stretch that our starters were on the field, we really only gave up 1 long touchdown drive. The other 2 scores that the Bills had came off of really short fields. We did a really nice job of bottling up Zach Moss and basically forced the Bills to be one-dimensional in this one. And you could tell that was impacting their strategy, as they often went to the air on early downs once their running game stopped working. We were able to force a couple of bad Josh Allen throws that we took advantage of en route to 3 interceptions on the day, including a pick 6. And a lot of Josh Allen's passing yards came in garbage time after the game was more or less decided. We also did a really nice job against the Bills on 3rd down, stopping them 6 times, which forced 5 punts and a 4th down conversion attempt that ended in a Tracy Walker interception. So I'd say this is one of our better defensive efforts on the season, and it came against one of the best quarterback-wide receiver duos in the league. Facing Josh Allen and Stephon Diggs wasn't something I was looking forward to, but we more or less contained number 14 as a difficult season for the Buffalo offense continues here in their loss today. What's more surprising to me is how well we fared against their defense. Despite the fact that they were missing a couple of starters in their secondary, they've been a middle-of-the-road defense all season long and actually above average in points allowed per game. Certainly not the kind of unit that I expected to drop 451 yards of total offense on. We avoided the mistakes that plagued us in the first 2 quarters in the second half. We were 6 for 8 on 3rd down and scored 5 touchdowns in our 6 red zone trips here today. Penalties were a little bit of a problem here. We did get flagged multiple times for holding, which is uncharacteristic when we play in front of a home crowd. But all in all, it has to be considered a high note for our starters here, as we get to play some backups next week against the Green Bay Packers. Our position in the playoffs is locked in, so I see no reason for us to risk injury to our starting players by playing them in what's essentially a meaningless game for our team. We will see a couple of starters like Jonah Jackson and Penei Sewell play large chunks of the game. We've got a couple of backup linemen that each cover a couple of positions. So I decided to err on the side of giving the older players the week off and allowing younger guys like Jackson and Sewell to get more reps instead of putting Taylor Decker and Halapulivati Vaitai out there to potentially get hurt. As veterans, they have more wear and tear on their bodies and definitely deserve the week off. Week 18 will still be an important game for several players on the roster bubble, however, as it's essentially preseason game number 4 for us. After a full year of development and getting used to the scheme, we're going to get to see guys that don't normally see the field get a bunch of snaps against a pretty good Green Bay Packers team. I'm pretty excited for that game. I love the preseason in general and getting to see UDFAs and just backups getting to show what they can do. But one more bit of news is that Romeo Okwara, with his sack and tackle for loss today, gets a development trait upgrade to Superstar, along with a nice experience boost for us, and he gets another upgrade here. He's now a true 80 overall. And he's been one of our better defensive players this entire series. I'm excited to see what he can do in the playoffs alongside Devin Woodson. We haven't really found viable pass rush options outside of those two players, and that's part of what I'll be looking at next week to see if guys like Kai Wilkinson or Dalton Logan or Julian Okwara can step up and make some plays. But that is all for today's episode. I should have the Green Bay game up hopefully by the end of next week. But until then, take care, have a good one, and like always, I'll catch you next time.